the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling. Well, use his body well to lean around the defender. It's always going to be difficult to convert that shot, though.
Wizards 46 and 36 last season. That was good enough for them to land the number 5 seed.
Well, it was actually, Kevin, the same finish they had in the conference in 2014, even though they won more games. Washington, though, was only 10 and 15 against the rest of the Eastern Conference playoff teams.
The Wizards shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. Otto Porter, hailing from a family of basketball players, is...
You know, on the surface, it might seem questionable to attempt a dunk like that when you're behind, but I think he's just trying to give him a spark.
What a dunk it was.
And he's got that awe factor. Even look at us. We're all sitting here just waiting for when he goes airborne.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Now here's Beal. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense and get to the bucket.
Here's DeRozan, and he dunks it down.
Explosive leaping ability.
Oh, that was pretty, and he just has that, Clark, that effortless knack for getting inside.
And guys, how about how fearsome he is at times? I mean, you'd hate to be the guy tasked with guarding him.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and, Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Now, here's Lowry. He has 7. Back to DeRozan. He dishes it to Carroll. And the pass to Patterson. Wall against Lowry. 5 on the clock. The stupendous finish in traffic. Lowry's got 5 points now this quarter.
They're on track here in the second half after their less than impressive first half. And I think they came out with some tired legs to start. But they've turned it around. They found some energy, and they look a lot more active and engaged.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
And he gets the bucket. And now just a 1-point Wizards lead.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
Washington with the ball. They've led by as many as 14 points.
You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
Now here's Wall. 10 points for him. And the layup's good off the glass. Wall's got 12.
Looked like he was channeling Bob Cousy right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble like that?
Lowry up top, covered by Wall. The drive by Lowry makes it off the glass. He's got 11. As we were talking about Coach Dwayne Casey, he's found his place in Toronto. Took them, Greg, to back-to-back postseason appearances.
And, you know, it's good to see him finally establishing himself as a head coach. Really known as a defensive specialist, but once he gets in charge of a team, he'll have them focused on defense and really stresses that in every practice.
The Wizards with the lead. Beal gets a wide-open look. And a miss there on the triple. DeRozan against Beal. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, you know, you look at the Raptors, and they improved in a number of ways last season, but their bench play was one of their bigger improvements. I mean, they had one of the weaker benches in the league in 2014, but they flipped that around last year.
Greg, one thing about the Raptors last year, they made the moves they needed to in order to be sure to fix their bench, strengthen their bench. It showed on paper and in person.
Yeah, credit their front office. In 2014, they had a bottom 5 bench in terms of scoring. Last season, they flipped that, became a top 5 bench in terms of that scoring, and even had the 6th man of the year leading the way.
Lou Williams. Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
The Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. .58 seconds left here in the third quarter. Lowry against Sessions. Deflects the pass. Hickson in the posts. Takes a three. The Wizards with another miss. For Toronto, they've gone 8 of 10 shooting here in the second half. Very strong.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
And even 3-on-3 break. Here's Lowry, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. For Toronto, they have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
And so Lowry nails both of them. Wizards trail by 4. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Hickson sets the screen for Sessions to halt the run, and Hickson throws it down.
You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
Here's DeRozan. And no good trying to get that one.
Get ready to go, Wizard Girls.
We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. Raptors shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Jared Dudley out there with Hickson. Then it's Thornton. Then there's Nene. And it's Sessions in at the point. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington.
And guys, one thing that was obvious to me, last year the Wizards really matured as a team. I mean, they played as if they expected to win instead of a group kind of coming into their own. I thought they just showed a lot more composure and maturity on the court.
As you said, the Wizards did look more mature last year on the floor with their play. They made sure to add veterans to achieve that.
And not just any veteran, but a future Hall of Famer in Paul Pierce. I mean, his presence on the team, I think, really is what propelled them to achieve new heights. And it also went beyond just Paul Pierce. That roster had a combined 490 playoff games. And that playoff veteran leadership, I felt, really helped this young core to grow.
And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. They get Luis Scola. Well, the one word you can use to describe the Raptors postseason last year, disaster. I mean, Greg, nothing went right for them.
Yeah, I mean, after that great regular season, they were completely just manhandled by the Wizards, swept out of the first round in 4 straight.
Now, here's Joseph. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Scola, no luck.
Not the best shot right there with the good defender draped all over you.
I agree with you. I mean, not the shot they were hoping for, but you can really cause problems with his defense.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was 1 step late that time, Greg.
Here's Joseph. He kicks to Powell. Knocks it loose. Yambo dishes to Powell. Here's Joseph. It's good from about 19 feet. Joseph's got the lead up to 4 now for the Raptors.
In the first half, they shot a little over 30%. That's dismal. That's obviously not the start that you want to see. They've settled down here in this second half, getting some good looks, and they've started to knock them down. Well, I tell you, the Raptors really were befuddled with how that series went. I mean, they just never got things going and became the first team to get swept with home court advantage in the playoffs since 2011. Woo! Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
I tell you what, I like that though, guys. Some coaches might not want you to make a play like that, but I tell you what, when you got the skills like that, I say go for it.
Ross with the steal. Powell kicks to Ross. Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Scola passes to Biyombo. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that one.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
And he better stay with those basics because this game is still yet to be determined.
Gortat with the screen for Wall. Up top, Gortat. There's the killer two-handed slam.
And they answer right back with as much force as possible.
This is a heavyweight battle, isn't it? Both teams trading punches.
And guys, I hope they keep it up just like this. Let's see some more end-to-end action. Already he has 5 turnovers so far. That's not the strongest game for him in that regard.
Nene, he's checked in for Morris. Lowry for 3. And again, Toronto no up. For Washington, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. The basket counts and 1. They'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Yeah, big play on the front end to finish, despite getting hacked there, and big on the back end to hit the free throw.
Valanciunas moves off the pick and hammers it home.
Kyle Lowry with a beautiful setup.
For Washington, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Outside, Wall. Pass to Porter. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. Wall's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Toronto trailer. Now Lowry. From deep. Lowry can't get that one to fall.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easiness.
Wall against Lowry. And Wall kicks to Gortat. Yes!
They don't get any bigger than that basket.
They needed it, Greg, and he gave it to them.
And it's Lowry penetrating. Feeds it to Carroll. They get it back, and Valanciunas kicks to Patterson. Ball's knocked loose and out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Morris is checked in for the Wizards. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
You know, I think that's probably a smart move.
I think so, too. Outside, Wall. 6 on the shot clock. Washington needs to get a shot off here. The shot by Nene, no good.
They have a chance to tie it up.
A 3-ball would do just that.
To the left wing. Lowry from outside. He's off from 3. Toronto calls timeout. They're behind by 3.
If we can't get the ball in, have another timeout. Use it if you need
They
it.
need a 3 here, so they need to make sure they sub in all of their best shooters, because with under 2 seconds remaining, you have to catch and shoot it quickly.
To force OT. Got it! Got it! What a shot!
And that, guys, that's one for the highlight reel. They needed a 3 to extend the game. and the young fella delivers.
Yes, he did. A clutch shot, and really what I like, guys, there was no hesitation. He shot it freely and with confidence. As a result, we're headed to